EURUSD continues to follow the overall daily order flow back up in towards the highs, and especially after Trump yesterday announced that there was going to be a ceasefire between Israel and Iran, EURUSD decided to push up in line with the overall order flow, and we saw further weakness from the dollar index. Good morning, guys. My name is Fabio, and welcome back to another daily market outlook. Now, EURUSD has continuously followed the daily overall order flow and respected the overall daily fractal structure. Now, the fractal structure indicator, which you're seeing here on my screen, we have started to send out the first links on Instagram, but there is going to be a big announcement today in Discord on how you can gain access to this indicator, so make sure to join right now. Now, furthermore, what we can see here is that the overall fractal low is being respected. Fractal high should be broken, right? The overall momentum is in towards the upside, and as we can see also on the 4-hour time frame, the fractal structure remains bullish from this fractal low in towards this fractal high. Now, yesterday I did mention that there was a potential opportunity for us to look for shorts in towards the downside if this demand zone were to be broken. However, as we can see, the overall demand zone remained respected and we continue to push up higher. And once we broke this high over here, for me, any potential shorts were definitely off the table, and the only option was to look at that further upside. Now, what we can see overall here from EURUSD is that if we look at it from a 4-hour swing structure perspective, the overall swing structure has definitely been bullish in towards the highs, with a break of structure taking place here, a break of structure taking place here, this here being the swing low, and this here being your swing high. Now, then drawing in your Fibonacci retracement tool, you can very clearly see that the market retraced exactly in towards the 618, and it came in towards that 618 with some very interesting price action, because if you follow me for a longer time, there is a certain reversal pattern that I always keep an eye on, and that is called the descending channel or wedge, where you want to be looking for something called a 1, 2, 3. Now, this 1, 2, 3 is a very simple reversal pattern where you look to establish 3 descending lows in order to get a correction or an impulse in towards the highs once again. So what we had here was the first low, the second low, and then here we had the third low back down in towards that overall demand zone. Now, from that point in time, what happens? The market pushes up, it retraces back down in towards that demand zone, and then from there, boom, we fly back up higher in line with both the daily and the 4-hour fractal structure. So for myself, yesterday I was still interested in looking for a deeper correction, because I'm not a big fan of these ascending lows, but obviously as long as this demand zone remained respected, the only option was to continuously look for longs. Now, once this high broke over here, you can then clearly see that the demand zone is respected, and you want to be looking for the upside continuation. So today we're likely going to be taking out the current fractal high, yeah, we'll be looking to see if we can get any trade continuations here on EURUSD, as that is for now the only option. If we do see an overall deeper correction again here on euro dollar, then I'll be looking at this overall demand zone for further buying opportunities on euro USD. So that's what I have for euro dollar. For the rest, nothing too interesting. Going into the higher time frame, for example, the weekly, I'll be obviously looking at certain points here from where we want to be setting targets. The main target that I have for EURUSD is definitely 1.19753, but lower targets will definitely be lower so-called bumps in the road, such as this high over here, which should be the next target, 1.16921. If 1.16921 doesn't cause like a deeper overall reversal, then and we see, let's say, a strong candle close above it, then I'll just be looking for us to trade up higher in towards 1.19753. But for now, overall order flow on EURUSD remains bullish. So let's see what happens next. If we break above the current fractal high today or tomorrow, that would mean that the current fractal low would be established over here. And then as long as that low is respected, should we continue to push up higher. And then once that low there is broken, that is in the moment that you could expect some potential correction. But until that low is respected, the only way for EURUSD is up at the moment. So let's follow the overall fractals up higher on both the daily and the 4-hour time frame. Going into the dollar index, we can see that the dollar index pushed down lower again. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, what I wanted to see, because if we look back and we just press the replay tool, I mentioned in yesterday's video that I was looking for this current fractal high to break, and if that current fractal high were to break, then I would look for potential longing opportunities to take out these descending highs. Now, what we can very clearly see now with today's or yesterday's daily candle close is that it was a clear liquidity grab above the high, and then the overall sell-off came in towards the downside. For me, making it clear that there were no longing opportunities for EURUSD, or shorting opportunities for EURUSD, and no longing opportunities on the dollar index. We can clearly see that we just took out these highs over here, and then we reversed back in towards the downside. So yeah, a very clear liquidity grab overall. And as soon as this 4-hour fractal low broke, that is in the point in time that you need to understand that the market is then ready to definitely sell off deeper. We still have these free ascending lows over here, which I'm now looking to take out. So I'm looking for some further immediate downside here on the dollar index, in line with the overall momentum that we have here. Weekly time frame wise also looking good, and yeah, let's see where the dollar index will end up. But for now, just looking for those ascending lows to get taken out today or into tomorrow. Just keep in mind that today we might see a pullback, and then anything in regards to a pullback could be a good potential re-entry opportunity. But for now, these three lows are just my main target that I want to see get taken on the dollar index. Moving into AUDUSD, we can see that AUDUSD here on the daily time frame has recovered massively. Yesterday, I was interested in looking for some further shorting opportunities as well. Obviously, if we go back into yesterday's candle, we can see here, and I'm not going to be able to kind of like replay half of yesterday's candle on the daily time frame, but you can see the overall momentum continue there on the 4-hour. Here on the daily time frame, I was then interested in looking, as long as this current fractal high was respected, for another shorting opportunity back down towards this blue line, which is the start of all of the ascending lows, and in line with the daily fractal structure, because obviously here we have the fractal low break, so I'm looking then to further short this in towards the downside. So then I go in towards the 4-hour time frame, and we look for the bearish confirmation. So we see the market push up higher, but then obviously, guys, when you look at the 1-hour time frame, you can see that the fractal structure remained bullish at all times. So fractal high break, fractal high break, fractal high break, fractal high break. There is no bearish confirmation at all. Even once we come in towards this supply zone over here, no bearish confirmation for any shorts. We took out, let's say, this liquidity high over here. So then you're looking for a shorting opportunity, but this is the beauty of fractal confirmation. We don't get any fractal confirmation, so that's why you then stay out. So for now, AUDUSD has then again broken the fractal high. The overall correction has taken place, and we could just continue pushing up higher now, with this now being the demand zone that is currently in control. So if we pull back in towards there, you could just simply look at further longing opportunities based on the 4-hour time frame. So that's that for AUDUSD. So I would look for kind of like a reaccumulation phase before looking to get into any new buys. Then going into GBPUSD, we can see that GU has also pushed up higher. Also a pair that I was interested in looking for a little bit further downside. I was actually looking at this demand zone to be hit. Obviously from a Fibonacci or a Fib retracement perspective, we can very clearly see that the market retraced into the PVD in towards 0.5 fib, and obviously the market structure is still bullish. Now I have a lot of drawings here, let me just get those out of the way, but we can clearly see, one, that the overall momentum is bullish in towards the upside. Two, if we look at it from a swing structure perspective, let's say this here is your break of structure, this here is your break of structure, swing low, swing high, market retraces into 0.5 fib. However, I was interested in looking for a little bit further downside in towards this fresh daily demand zone to look for longs from there. That is obviously the perfect scenario. Didn't happen. And then once you break this 4-hour fractal high here yesterday, because look, yesterday you could have tried to identify, for example, here yesterday morning, from this supply zone, another potential short in towards the downside. But then again, guys, if you look at the 1-hour time frame, there is 000 confirmation within the zone itself here on the 1-hour time frame. And also if you go to the lower time frame, let's say the 30-minute or the 50-minute, there is also 0 confirmation for any potential shorts, as the overall momentum is just bullish in towards the highs, right? So we don't obviously sell based here on a supply zone. So yes, I could be looking for a short yesterday, which I was, but then there's no confirmation. And then once we see the 4-hour fractal bullish structure break in towards the upside, that is then when you need to shift your bias and understand, okay, the daily swing structure is bullish. We retrace in towards that 0.5 fib on the daily over here. and it's already ready just to push up higher. So yeah, GBPUSD looking good now to break the next swing high once again over here and just continue up higher, and then obviously we'll form a new area of daily demand, and then once and after the breaker structure has taken place, what do you expect? You expect a potential pullback again before looking for longs. Now, the pullback trade is obviously against the trend, so it's the riskier trade. So keep an eye here on the weekly. Based on the weekly time frame, there's not really any, let's say, fresh supply zones here at all. The only fresh kind of like liquidity point is 1.40. So it seems like GBPUSD has the power for now to go into 1.40. Let's keep an eye on how we react to these descending highs over here. But yeah, again, like I said, there's no real area of supply here to the left, which could cause that full-blown reversal, in my opinion. Yes, you could just maybe react to this high or maybe react to this high and then get like a smaller reversal. But like really a substantial reversal is likely to happen from 1.40 for now, as it seems. And we'll just obviously follow the daily fractal structure in towards the upside, because for now the daily fractal is bullish. So any potential pullback opportunities, I'll look for further longs. For example, now this here is my daily demand zone, and if the price then retraces in towards there, I'll be keeping an eye on 4-hour potential longs. And then we have NZDUSD. So NZDUSD pushed up higher as well. Also a pair that is now flipped bullish again. I was looking for a little bit further downside, at least back down towards this blue dotted line, but it is what it is. Now this is your demand zone that is in control from a daily perspective. So what I'll now be doing with this pair here and how I'll be viewing it is that this is just a swing break, this is a swing low, this is a swing high, and you're just looking for it to trade up higher in towards this black dotted line, which is kind of like your first liquidity point and which is the beginning of the descending highs. So if we do retrace today, you could look for some further longs there on NZDUSD, and then I'll be looking for 4-hour confirmation within that zone. And then we have dollar Swiss, dollar yen, and gold. Dollar Swiss pushed down lower in line with the daily fractal as well. Yes, I've been looking for longs on this, but as we can see, the daily supplies remains in control. So there's no longs to be taken until we break the current fractal high. Once you break the current fractal high, then you can look for longs. But for now, supply remains in control and pushes the market down lower. So it's likely that we're now going to take out this low over here before seeing any like real reversal. Going in towards the 4-hour time frame, you can see that on the 4-hour, we had a very, very nice piece of price action where you pretty much, let's say, have this imbalance over here as your supply. You come in towards that supply with ascending lows, then what we had here was a 4-hour structural shift. If we press the replay tool again, look at this, some real nice price action here, where you get the current fractal high, current fractal low. This becomes then your supply zone. This is your buy up for the sell down. You could also refine it to this, or you just take the entire thing. Doesn't really matter. And then what you see happening is that the market retraces actually exactly in towards the top, and then from there it sells back off in towards the downside, following the overall fractal structure. So some very clean price action overall on dollar Swiss. Maybe I should have taken this short position, because based on the daily fractals, the 4-hour fractals, it was actually a very nice short position to take, and obviously the downside momentum. But yeah, hope some of you have seen that. And for now, you can just follow the overall structure in towards this low over here before looking for any real substantial kind of like reversals. So around that 0.80 4 level. Going into dollar yen itself here pushed down lower as well. Dollar yen is one of those pairs that it's not my favorite, but looking at this from kind of like a weekly perspective, weekly supply is obviously in control with the current fractal high, current fractal low. The only thing that I'm really interested in here on USDJPY is the fact that we have equal lows over here on the weekly time frame, which we can still take out. So I still see there some potential for dollar yen shorts. Also, what I like is that we have all of these ascending lows over here. So I'll be looking for some further shorts on dollar yen in towards the end of this week. However, the thing is now with dollar yen is that the daily fractal structure is very messy. Yes, it is bearish, so we've now retraced up higher, taking out this liquidity high. 4-hour fractal structure is now in line with the daily fractal, also bearish. So once we start seeing some form of a retracement, some cleaner price action, then you could look for some shorts again on dollar yen. And then last of all, of course, gold. So gold itself has been pushing down lower. Again, thanks to the ceasefire. Now, yesterday I mentioned we're inside daily demand here. So this is kind of like how the market is so easily influenced by current fundamental updates that you can see that as soon as the ceasefire comes, gold starts selling off, because yesterday, Monday morning, everybody started buying gold in the anticipation that, oh, World War III is coming, and then you can see that the ceasefire comes, and then, yeah, pretty much everybody gets liquidated now on this overall push down. So we have these ascending lows here, and I'm pretty much just looking at gold to take out this lowest low, which is 32.93, and only once that low is pretty much taken out, then would I be interested in getting involved with some buys again on gold. So for now, yeah, staying out myself on gold until we take out those ascending lows over here, or unless we see some very aggressive V-shaped reversal and take out the fractal high. But I don't really see that happening without us taking out these ascending lows. So once those ascending lows are taken, then we can reevaluate. So let's see, if we take out those ascending lows, that would mean a bearish fractal break on the daily. So that would then mean that this is your fractal high. So then I would just wait for this fractal high to break again and then get in on longs on that newly created demand zone again. So I still think there's some short-term shorts available here on gold, potentially if you're looking to get in. So yeah, I'll be looking to take out those ascending lows first. Not looking to get in on any longs here just yet. Obviously, we do have a demand zone over here, so just keep an eye on that demand zone, as that could cause somewhat of a reaction back up higher if you are looking to get into longs. So thanks guys for watching. Wish you all a fantastic trading day and speak soon. Indicator will be dropped inside Discord. Thanks.